Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever this message may find you. It's your girl, G's Louise, back with another message. I wanted to touch bases on getting comfortable with what is. Like acceptance. You know, I think even with a lot of grief, like when you're grieving or dealing with heartbreaks of any kind, when you are wanting something to go a certain way, you know, letting go of the control issues that we think we don't have, because there's a lot of different varieties of having control issues. It's not just one. You know, it's not just one thing, like where it's like, oh, I don't have control issues. Like, I never thought I did either, but I do, because I want to be in control of an outcome, or like how a thing is going to be, or you know, I just realized that, you know, there's so much, there's a lot of things that are in our control, and there's a lot of things that are not. And I think what we do is we focus too long on the things that are not necessarily in our control. There's a lot of things that we can focus on that we can control, but we don't. Like ourselves, our emotions, our thoughts. But when it comes to trying to like control people and outcomes and things of that nature, like, I think accepting how things are and really just owning up to what it is one of the most challenging things for us to do as people. It is a bittersweet thing. It like, it'll set you free, but it can also be harsh on you, especially depending on the situation, you know, depending upon what the thing is that you're having to accept. And it's tough. I mean, it can be real tough when you step back and you view a situation for what it is, and when you do that, it puts you in a space where you can prioritize it and put it in a safe place, to where you know you've processed it and you made peace with it. A lot of times, you know, we live in denial, or we don't want to own up, or we don't want to take responsibility, accountability. We don't just want to say what it is, because what it is, it's like, it hurts. You know, it's like it hurts too much. But the truth is, you know, it hurts worse to not accept it, because it lingers. It lingers. The energy behind it lingers. It becomes a thing that you can't talk about. It becomes something that not beneficial for your overall health. You know, it eats away at you on the inside. You know, so the best way to go about these things is to set yourself free and just accept it. Accept that you made a wrong decision. Accept that he ain't the nigga for you. Accept that you fucked up and that's why you're in this position. Accept that you're unhealthy and you need to make a change. Accept that, you know, you're not good with money and you need to start being better with it, you know. Or accept that you didn't make the best decisions and now you want to try to, you know, do the right things. All those things that you begin to accept, they begin to start to be less hurtful in a sense, be less challenging. You know, it's like equivalent to just seeing things for what they are and setting yourself free. Like, why not? You know, why not set yourself free? Right? Why not? But we don't. It's just like, why not be healthy? Because you feel better, right? But we don't. Like, why not live on a straight and narrow so you can have create better karma for yourself? And why not? Why not do the better choice? Why not, you know, just do the thing that works better for you? Why not? But we don't. We just don't. And that is like the $1 million question. Like, why is it that the things that are better for us, we choose the opposite? We choose to stay in our old habits and our addictions and our old belief systems that get us absolutely nowhere. This is where we choose to stay. These are the places that we feel comfortable. And I want to know, why is that? Why do we choose to stay in a space that is not really making us happy? Is it because of comfort? Like, is it because of that? You know? I think as people, we have dealt with so many different traumas. You know, we all have a story. We all have something that has traumatized us, you know, that we swept under the rug, that we didn't necessarily deal with the way we should have dealt with in the first place. We all have these things lingering over our heads, causing hurt. And the quicker that you give yourself the quicker that you give yourself permission to feel and own up to what it is that you say that you're avoiding, or whatever it is, this thing that's hanging over your head over and over and over, and it won't even go away. It's just there. It's just there. It's because you aren't accepting what is. What is? Motherfucker is confused. But you're not accepting what is. And I know it's easier said than done. I know that. But it's harder to sit there and avoid it and sweep it under the rug. I mean, that is the go-to thing for I don't know how many generations we can go back. it's always been, oh, just, you know, honey, we just don't talk about that. That's something we don't just bring up. And motherfucker, when does the healing start then? Because if we don't ever bring it up, then it's never going to heal. Did you know that? All the people that I know, I'm in my 30s. All the people I came up with and shit like that, like, we're just now facing the shit in our 30s that we went through maybe when we was like 17, 18. All the emotions that we suppressed and didn't feel because somebody said, oh no, somebody told you. Oh, well, I know somebody told me, my daddy told me, put your feelings in the dresser drawer, Julie. Put your feelings in the dresser drawer because don't nobody care. Put them things in the dresser drawer and, you know, just leave them there. So, if I do that, that means that I'm suppressing, I'm not feeling, I'm pretending. You know, like, I'm not saying what I really feel. That's what that means. That's what that means. You're not dealing with it. Oh baby, we're not gonna talk about that. We just gonna act like it didn't happen. But it did happen though. You know? And I need to accept that happened. Then I gotta process it. I gotta figure out, okay, what made it, like, even if I don't know the answer, but what if it just happened? It's a lesson. It's something in it. Whatever the reason is. Something that happened to you when you was little might have been a lesson for something when you get older. And you won't be able to connect it till later. Who knows? Maybe this happening that happened to you is something that's going to help you be able to identify and relate to somebody later on down the line, later, a situation later on. You know, and life is funny that way. I don't know if you've ever watched movies where the movie starts out with like 4 people's lives happening. One getting up in the morning, getting the kids breakfast. You got one getting up in the morning. They don't have no kids. They walking their dog. You got one getting up in the morning at Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? And you got one rich motherfucker that's waiting on his Maybach to pull up. You know what I'm saying? And then you see how their lives go in the movie and how they cross paths later on in the movie. It's just like life. There's things that happen in the beginning of your movie that may cross paths with something else or someone else later on in the movie. But you're not going to know until it happens. That's why they say you got to live life forwards and understand it backwards. Because you don't know. You're just living. You're just going forward. You don't know. Like all this shit that we try to say we're going to do and we want to do and all these plans, like, man, God is in control. You're the co-creator of your reality. This is true. But if you're not connected, you're going to be all over the place. And I know this. And I struggle. I struggle back and forth every day trying to stay connected so I don't want to veer off. I don't want to veer off. I don't want to do it. I'm human and I do go left a little bit, but I don't go too far. I don't go too far. I don't steer too far from the plan because I'm not willing to pay for them consequences. I'm not willing to do it. The pain is too great. Man, that shit is too harsh. I don't want it. And I just gotta accept my role and who I am. And I gotta walk in that. That's not easy. sooner you accept where you are, what is, who you are, and where you stand in this complex puzzle called life, the sooner you get there, it's like a release. It's like opening gates. The Lion's Gate, 8-8. It's like opening gates. How many of you want to feel the flood of all the abundance, all of what belongs to you by divine right? How many of you want to feel that? That gate open up. Don't be scared of it now. Don't be scared. And I'm gonna tell you, when it's happening though, when it happens to you, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Okay? I don't want you to be scared of all of the things that you really, really, really ask for, you really want. Don't be scared when it actually comes and presents itself to you, because you're going to be like, that's how you're going to be looking like. So, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is this a game? Is this a joke? No. What you did was you handled your business. You did the work. You did the shadow work. You did that work. So when you did that work and you accepted your role to walk in your purpose, you accepted what is. You accepted that this is what it is. When you let go of the attachments that you had, you take these steps. Do you understand where that's going to take you? It's like the Matrix, right? When he first got there, he was like, I don't like this shit, because you gotta think, it ain't nothing like what you used to. Ain't none of it like what you used to. It ain't no damn city life and Maybachs and all that. I mean, you gonna get what you got, what you want. But I'm talking about, like, it ain't like what you're thinking. So you're going through the battlefield. The battlefield is not like all roses and shit, and peaches and cream and shit like that. What the fuck? Survivors of the fittest. It ain't that. Now when you get done, it's that. But there are sacrifices that had to be made. And the sacrifice is the old you. Are you willing to give up the old you for the new you? Are you willing to accept? I don't know if any of you guys watch what is it called? I don't even know the name of it. It's a game. It's some kind of game that they play the game on. It's on. I want to say it's on Netflix. I don't know. I watched this. Funny. I was with my homeboy. I watched the beginning of it, and I was with my sister and watched the end of it. Like I ain't even watched all the in between, and it's weird. But I literally was at my homeboy spot, watched the beginning of it, and then went to my sister's house and watched the very end. So it's the game, you know. It's like he's wanting to play the game so he can make some money or some shit. And they tell him he gonna make some money. He gets a lot of money. Now, mind you, he comes into the game all. He comes into the game like, how can I put it, green. And when he gets there, it's like institutionalized. Like the shit is like everybody got a number. They like everybody like they in prison and shit. But they're there to play these games. And the games are deadly. It's life or death. This is like life, okay? And he ended up winning the game. And it was real cutthroat. He had no idea it was that serious. A lot of us don't have any idea it's that serious. But it's that serious. And you're either going to win or you're going to lose. And winners never lose. So how dare you confuse? Yeah, winners never lose. You either win, no matter what. And the rest of you just fall to the wayside. And be regular. Stand at the store and shit. You know. Do whatever it is that you do. But you gotta follow your dreams. You gotta follow your heart. You have to play the game. And you gotta know how to play. And you gotta win. And how you win is you get connected. Source. Unfortunately, the game that he played was a different game. It was he got the money, but he lost everything that mattered to him, which is his family. And some of you play that way. Some of you play for the love of money, and the ones that play for the love of money, they never are going to win. They're just going to think they're going to win. They're going to think they're winning. And they might even die thinking that they won. But the true winners, they win. They win in love. And it's funny because at the end of the game, he had went through so much, I'm sure, because I didn't watch the middle. But he went through a lot. And he started to realize how cutthroat this shit really was. But he realized, I have to be cutthroat in this game in order to win. But he didn't. That's not who he was. That's not who he is. So he was really playing a game, like, and he's like, damn. But like, at the end of this, what will I have? So I remember at the end, he was trying to save the guy. He wanted to opt out, or he wanted to do some kind of niche in the game where he saves the guy. Instead of, I guess, instead of getting the money, he would win. Him and the guy would walk away together. Because he realized all his friends died or whatever. All his friends had died or whatever, so he was like, shit, I don't want to do this. So he didn't kill the guy. He could have killed him and then he was going to win. Well, he didn't kill him and he was going to win the money. It was a lot of money. A lot of money. Lots of zeros. But the guy killed himself. He took the thing and he stabbed himself. So it was like, holy friend. So it was like, the guy killed himself, and I don't know why he did that, but he did it. So when he did that, it messed the other guy up, because he's like, And I'm saying this to say, like, what I'm getting from this is like some of us have pure hearts in the world. There's some people that are just cutthroat and they're just devilish, and they're gonna feel like they're gonna win at any means necessary, and winning to them is like money is money. But when you have all the money in the world, right? Let's just say you got all the money and you got like everything is like set up. You got the money, you got the cars, you got like houses, you got all that shit. That's why I always say, what is success to you? Because success to me is not just money. I want the money too, because I want financial freedom. But that's not all there is to success, in my opinion. Because I want to be happy and I want to live my life with my family. I want to be able to have good vibes, good relationships, feel good relationships. That is happiness to me. Because the ultimate happiness I get is when I'm in a good financial place where I'm not stressed for bread, but also when I'm with the people that I love, the people that make me feel good on the inside. I can't buy that. I don't care how much bread I get. That I cannot buy. A vibe, a good vibe, people that I love. Yeah, you can't find that shit. Like it's unreachable when it comes to, like, if you're trying to get bread. Look at my son and child. I don't even know if they won or what. I don't even know. We about to see though. So yeah, I'm about to sign off because he gonna get in here talking my head off and shit about this game. But go ahead and accept what is, because the quicker you do, the quicker you're gonna feel good. You're gonna be in a better place and find what true success is about. Accept what is. Signing out. Until next time, I wish you peace, health, wealth, and the time to enjoy them all. Peace, health, wealth, and the time to enjoy them all. Did you win the game?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's right there. That's peace, health, and wealth.